Aquaman The Lost Kingdom is the sequel to the 2018 movie Aquaman and is the final addition to the DC Extended Universe. Also being directed by James Wan again. I was thinking James Wan's gonna close out the DCEU with a bang. I was wrong. So you all know that I usually like to say I like to give things a 50-50 chance even if I feel like something's gonna be bad. I still try to give it that equal chance. But I went into this movie with very low expectations because I was expecting it to be a shit show. And I was absolutely right. It wasn't just a shit show, it was a mess. This is probably the first movie I've seen that's probably suffering from some kind of split personality disorder or some identity crisis of some kind, because at one moment it's like a superhero flick, then in the next moment it's like just an action flick, and then it goes to buddy comedy. I'm like, what is this, the genre buffet? No, you pick a couple of genres that fit together, then you stick with them, stupid. Sad to say, the whole movie didn't do that. By the time I left this theater, I was like, I still don't know what kind of movie I just watched. The plot of this whole movie was like, let me rephrase that. It seemed like James Wan didn't put any input into the story whatsoever. It's like he sat in the break room and let the other screenwriters take over. Because I refuse to believe, as a fan of James Wan, that he would literally write a story that was this bad. There's just no way. I refuse to believe that James Wan would write a story that bad. Pacing is one serious problem that this movie has. I mean, it's like when Aquaman decides he's going to go get his brother to help him fight Manta, it's like, oh, I'm going to go get my brother. Then we're going to jump over here. Okay, I found him. And like there's that big gap there of what happened. And then also somehow Black Manta has a sub and an army. I'm like, where did he get the sub? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I am so lost here. What happened? It was like they were time skipping here just to save money so that they wouldn't go over 2 hours. But I think it would have been better if they had filled in those holes. At least it would have made the movie more interesting. But I mean, by jumping from here to there, like at that rate, I didn't know what was going on. I was lost completely. I'm going to be honest with all you guys. At the first hour of that movie, I was on the verge of wanting to leave. Because after that first hour, I was just so unentertained. I was just like, oh my god. I don't even care anymore. I just want this movie to be over. And so I was like, after I found out I had an hour left to go, I was on the verge just wanting to walk right out of there. But I stuck it out and watched the whole movie. But once those credits started rolling, went straight for the door. I didn't care about an end credit scene. I didn't care if there was going to be anything else that James Gunn was going to add on to this. I was just like, nope, I don't care. I'm out of here. Dialogue also just sucked ass too as well. I'm hearing these actors say their lines, and I'm like, wow, this is just so stupid. But at least it can't get any worse, right? Guess what? It can, because the CGI was just as bad. It looked very cartoony. And, well, when it comes to CGI nowadays, there's like a standard. And it's like the pinnacle point, the one on top, the one that you're always going to try and beat, is Avatar. So, I mean, Avatar is like when CGI is like at the pinnacle point. Anything below is either just good or okay. This one was neither good or okay. Everything was just too cartoonish, and the CGI was just bad. And I was thinking, at least maybe we can get some good visual effects here. Though the one thing that disappointed me more than anything was Black Manta. I mean, the whole point of him being there was the fact that he wanted revenge on Aquaman, no matter what it took. And it was like that revenge story that he was supposed to be having completely got benched. And I was like, he's not even here for revenge anymore. It's just like he's being mind manipulated and poisoned by this black trident and to go fight Aquaman for his own purposes. I'm like, where's the revenge story here? That's the whole point of Black Manta. So, I mean, the point that there was no revenge there, I'm like, wow, so they're even getting rid of that. It's like, they really don't care about this movie. Overall, this movie is just bad. It's just seriously bad. A complete waste of budget by Warner Brothers to make this movie to end the DC Extended Universe, D-. Because, I mean, there's just really nothing else to say. There's nothing good to say about this movie, and there's really just nothing else to pretty much say to wrap it up, that this movie was just straight shit. Okay, well, that wraps up this review. If you guys have seen Aquaman The Lost Kingdom, please comment here down below what your thoughts were on it. Also, if you like my other videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time, and remember to stay epic.